few, as many maidens would be.
Good everyone, welcome back to Not In My Lifetime channel for a Monday evening review of the game on Saturday. Now, before we get into that, we'll actually put a bit of positives, rather than going to the negatives of the game, because last week me and Bevo did our first stream together live, which was very cool, wasn't it, mate? It was good. I was with you last week, which was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Good time away. It was a good little, and to be fair, it was nice because it was actually a game that we actually won in the end, which was nice. But
Oh yeah.
now back to reality. Yeah, back to reality. Back to big games, and we're crapping them again. But we'll get into it anyway. Big up the chat, everyone. We'll get to comments in a little bit when we start. But yeah, so mate, everything we spoke about before the start of the season, when it came to certain players, new team, new start, all that kind of stuff, have come to fruition. Now, James Trafford, I love the
Not
guy.
just a pretty face.
Yeah. I like James Trafford. I'm not saying he has to go. No. I'm backing him. I'm behind him. But we warn people, as soon as Trafford gets a mistake in him, which happened on Saturday, it was getting cut left, right, center on the timeline.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this is what happens when a championship goes. And bear in mind, right? I'm not saying he's bad, by the way. He's not. But he's got a lot to learn. He has to learn a lot now. So this level's a high level. It's top level. It's top echelon. And you've got to have someone in there who's going to teach him and get him into the team in the next couple of years. I think in the next 2 or 3 years, I think he'll be fine.
You're going from a championship relegating side of Burnley to creme de la creme of the Premier League. Because, well, yeah, we lost it last year, but we've won what, 7 out of the last 9?
About that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you go total different level, totally different level. And I said he's 22 years old. He's coming in. He needs to be protected. Our fan base at the moment is beyond disgusting. Beyond disgusting. You've got people over on X putting up pictures of Edison dressed up as, I'm not going to say the word, but dressed up as not a very nice person. And the same with Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker actually called it out at one point. Now, do I agree with what Kyle Walker said? In his interviews in the past, no. But I don't think that gives anyone the right to do what they've done. And tackle him the way that they have. And it's the same with Trafford. I said, he's young. He's going to make a mistake. And when that mistake happens, he's going to get absolutely battered for it in the comments. And the other thing is, as well, I've said this on LB's panel show, you're going to go from having him as a starting goalkeeper. If he makes a mistake, what level of quality are you going to bring in to then be your number one until his head's fixed? You're effectively going to bring in Ortega or Edison. Edison's miles away from it. He shouldn't even be at the club anymore.
No.
And Ortega's just not fit to be a number one. So where's your backup? If you've got a young 22-year-old inexperienced goalkeeper who then goes and makes a mistake, and you need to put another goalkeeper in to prevent him from making more mistakes because his head's gone, who are you bringing on? Who are you replacing Trafford with? Someone that's potentially worse? So this whole talk of, but Trafford's being asked to be the number one and boo-hoo, just grow up, man. End of the day, he's 22. He will be the number one at some point, but the time isn't now.
No.
It's not.
Look, we'll get into that. Now, what we'll do, rather than going over the goal, we'll go through each player and I did watch the game, so I can sort of give an understanding of how everyone played. Now, obviously, rivals of Kurt Shirkin, Ryan just, hey, look, I get it. We lose the game 2-0, it's going to happen. So, I'm sorry, but when you're bantering 1 week ago about Wolves saying that we won 4-0 and the best midfielders in the world, you have to kind of accept that if they don't do well in the big game against Tottenham, they're going to get cut that way. So it's kind of it's rough and smooth.
The only saving grace is imagine if we were playing Arsenal.
Mate, Gyökeres against that defense, Christ Almighty, is what I'm going to say. I know it's Leeds, but bro, already I can tell you right now, that defense against a better team than that is going to get cooked.
We were only like, and I know this is going to sound a little bit bad, but I don't really care at this point. We were only playing Spurs. Like, don't get me wrong, they're a decent side, but they're not a Liverpool, they're not an Arsenal, they're not a Chelsea, they're not a Real Madrid or a Barcelona.
Bayern, Barcelona, yeah,
they're not a Bayern.
Napoli. Kev will cook us right now. Kevin McTominay going to rip us.
I'm sorry, but if you think that Trafford's only going to make one mistake against the likes of an Arsenal or a Liverpool, nah, you're miles wrong. And because the thing is, going to Anfield with that crowd under that pressure, and know that if you make a mistake, that ball is in the back of the net, and you're going to look terrible. When you've got a fan base that just absolutely crucifies players every time they make a mistake, we need a number one that can come in and take that pressure away from him. That's all I'm saying. He will grow. He will develop. Yeah. He will be England's number one. I've got no questions about that. Yeah. But he's not going to be picked as England's number one when he's getting absolutely hammered left, right, and centre, is he?
Yeah. And this is the thing, though, Dave. I actually feel like we did the wrong thing by changing the team up from Wolves. Now, I know it sounds mad, me advocating for Bernardo Silva to start with Cherky, right? But the thing is, the last game played really well against Wolves. Why would you change it up again? Why not just keep the same team? See how it goes. If it doesn't work, you can bring Cherky on then. I get everyone wants all the. I mean, I want the players like Cherky to sort of get on there and have a go. But I don't get the need to sort of tinker already. Why not go with you won 4-0 the last game? Why not go to the same team again? See what happens.
I think there was too much pace, if anything. I think we had too much pace on that pitch.
There wasn't a control at all. Like, no. Trafford aside is what it is. Trafford, we've hit that. Rico Lewis. Now, I love Rico, I do, but defensively he ain't it. Going forward, he's a lot better. Defensively, though, the back post for Brennan Johnson, terrible. You've got to be doing better there. Like Brennan Johnson, right? He's not a world-class player, but he's a good player at what he does. He's got better at Tottenham since going to at Forest. He has scored more goals for Tottenham now. There's been Europa League in that. He's getting better as a player under Thomas Frank as well. You cannot leave your man like that, back post, for a tap in or back of the net. And look, again, I'm not having a go at him specifically because it wasn't just him that's the issue, by the way. But this is why, mate, a right back was required. A right back for me was huge this summer. Now, I get, you look at what's on the market. I guess it's not a big market right now, but surely you want to, you want to get someone in who can at least do a job there and actually is defensively capable of doing it. Because Rico, for me, hasn't got that. I don't think he can't ever get it, but we need someone ready to go there. And again, I have to ask, surely, why not go Husanov there?
Got good recovery pace. He can defend one-on-ones. He's tall.
Yeah. And Diaz and Stone as well, right? I love them both. And I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. Look, it's not just what individual players. It was the whole team that wasn't good. It wasn't a target player. But we've got to talk about the whole team here.
Like I get what Steve's saying in the chat. Silly mistakes cost us, but we move on. The issue that I have with that is silly mistakes cost us way too many points last season, which is why we ended up where we did. Mm-hmm. These silly mistakes need to be alleviated now. We cannot go through a season like we had last year where it was just silly mistake after silly mistake after silly mistake. You look at last season, how many silly mistakes did Nunes do which cost us big games, that cost us points?
Yeah.
You're probably talking throughout that entire season, the mistakes that just Nunes made probably cost us between 9 and 12 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree on that one.
So, and that's just from Nunes. That's not including mistakes from Gvardiol, mistakes from Diaz, mistakes from, Edison. There's just mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, and I get no team is perfect, but these are schoolboy errors. This is like we need to go back to basics at this point.
Yeah. That's what I mean, Dave. I don't understand the whole changes. I mean, I get like if we had I get right if last game didn't work as a 1-0 win, you would change it up, right? But we won 4-0 last time. I know it's Wolves, but surely you want to give it a go and say, you know what, keep the same sort of team again, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, you bring players on straight away. I just feel like we at some point need to have a spine at some point in place this season. Because again, last season we just won at all, if that. We've got to have some sort of spine put in place, so we know the main players are going to be. Now, obviously, Rodri, fair enough. Obviously, it's just come back from injury. But to me, it feels a bit weird not to have a set team and build around it as you go along. I get it's 2 games in, but it's got to be talked about obviously when we can. There's other times there's a crazy Haaland must play. Look, and bro, you're right. Haaland was going to start either. Let's be real. Haaland, right, was pocketed by Romero and Bolivin. Yeah, he created one chance for Marmoush and had a header went over. But apart from that, what else did he do? Now I get service, of course, there's service, right? But mate, he was doing a lot more creativity against the Wolves. Why is he not moving about the pitch and causing more issues like that? Like again, we were standing around waiting for the chance to come to you. Yeah, they're not coming to you in the end if you're playing well, but if it doesn't play well, you have to try and create your own chances if you can. I just feel like it's not one player can just get out there and say, you know what, I'll let them off. Like if they're going to be better this year and compete this year, we've got to look at the things like this that are causing issues now, because then we get obviously correct it in the next few games and get better and better and better. Because I don't want to be sat here again to watch these issues again in the weeks to come. We play Brighton, we play United, we play Arsenal. We need to start getting these issues sorted now. So yeah, but I just want to see a bit of consistency. I know it's 2 games in, but I want to see. I want us to cut out these mistakes, because it can't be happening all the time or at all. We're a team a challenger for the league. We've got to be doing better than this, especially at home as well.
What I saw on the weekend, we ain't challenging for nothing.
Well, mate, apparently
it's all well and good doing it against the lower end of the table, but when you come in at home against Spurs and you get absolutely torn apart, like nah, I'm sorry, it's just same shit, different season. It really is.
No, I know. Look, I'm not giving up. Of course not. Like it's one game, it's one bad game. But
no, but I need to see better, man.
Mm.
Especially against the top 6. I need to. It's all well and good doing it against the Wolves or against a Bournemouth or a Sunderland or a Burnley. If you can't do it against a United, an Arsenal, a Tottenham, a Chelsea, you're not challenging for nothing. I'm sorry, you're not.
Yeah, our record against the big 6 is terrible. The last few years has been absolutely shocking. Like it has to be said. Like, and people say, "Oh, but I'm sorry, you cannot not win. You cannot not win the league, right? If that makes any sense. Just by winning all other games, you've got to be getting results against these big teams, mate. Not just Chelsea either. Or, like derbies, shocking. The last couple of years.
The thing is, I looked at it. We didn't even score a goal at home. At home.
The last 2 years, against Tottenham, 0 goals.
I'm sorry, when you've got the supposed best striker in the world up front, not good enough. End off.
No, it's not. I bet really had to think. But this is what the thing is, right? It is what it is. But I would be a bit more understanding, right, if you play very, very well and got unlucky, which can happen in football. But the thing is, how often does that actually happen, though, when you lose a game unluckily? Not often that happens. Like, I don't want to be sat. I want to be sat here more positive. Like last week, it was great to sort of talk about the team, how good we were, and playing really well. But you got to talk about the ones, the mistakes. But like that midfield, mate, was too attacking. You cannot when you got Palhinha, Sarr, and Bentancur pressing your midfield to death. You need Bernardo Silva there in a way to do that pressing as well. Because Shirky right now, is still growing and developing into this team. He's not a starter yet, in my opinion. Which sounds crazy that he's got the number 10 shirt, but he'll be there eventually. Right now, he needs to learn, and I'm sure he'll learn from that game anyway. But that midfield needed another midfielder like Bernardo Silva in that midfield to help Gonzalez out. Because Gonzalez isn't Rodri. He's not Rodri at all. He's a good DM. I'm not saying he's bad DM at all, but he needs a bit of help. And that midfield needed a bit more physicality, a bit more strength in the midfield, so we could battle Tottenham in the midfield. Because Tottenham won the midfield battle easy yesterday on Saturday. Easily won it. If you're right, Thomas Frank has done a good job so far with Tottenham. He has. Like PSG probably should have won the game. But again, we are used to Frank at Brentford. This isn't new to us. This shouldn't be new to us at all.
We struggled against Brentford.
Yeah, I think what it is, right? I think because even if we win on Brighton on Sunday, right, it's all well and good, but I need to see the mistakes stamped out. I need to see it.
I am cutting him slack. The point that I'm making is he's 22 years old and he's gonna have this pressure. Like I'm cutting him slack by saying he will develop into a good goalkeeper. I've got no question about it. But if he has a head loss like he did against Spurs, who are we bringing in that's going to be a good alternative? Right now, Ortega ain't it, Edison ain't it, and Bettinelli ain't it. So,
Well, you go. It's a big up Darsh, by the way. Defense. Stones, that first goal, what the fuck? I mean, yeah, I did, mate. Stones, look, I love Johnny Stones, I really do, but it doesn't mean he's this infallible defender that doesn't make mistakes. He does have moments where he can do that sometimes, and he was so holding your hand up, play to the whistle, exactly. Like, I'm sorry, right, but I hate this idea of where you put your hand up. I hope that the magic hand stops the goal from going in. At the end of the day, right, play to the referee's whistle, and obviously, if it goes in, or you save it, you save it. Don't muck about with it. Diaz looked nervous. Yeah, he did. Mate, I'll be real, right? Diaz looked nervous, mate. I'm sorry, what's happened to Diaz of recent years where he was able to marshal that back line and order it around? Why so nervous?
Because he ain't got the best CDM on the planet sitting in front of him, that's why.
Or a keeper behind him that's got the safe hands. You know, because I'll say right now, Donnarumma comes into that team, forget all this stupid PR, always purple patch. Oh, well, I'm going to say as it is then, what? So you would rather have no keeper then as it is? This is what people don't understand, right? What do you actually want, people who complain about Donnarumma? What do you want?
Donnarumma is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of, if not the best shot stoppers in world football right now. And anybody that questions that needs to know ball, seriously. Like, he's proven it for the entire season. Just look at the archive. Look at what he did against Arsenal. Look at what he did against Villa. Some of the best saves that you'll see.
Yeah. This is what I mean. Steve, you're right. Because who is bad? Like Courtois. Well, you don't get Courtois. No. Alisson. Liverpool is saying Alisson to us. And he's like 33 anyway. So no. People. I'm honestly right. To people who don't want Donnarumma, you'll go about Ederson, but Ederson doesn't want to be here. So what? Like this is what I mean, mate. Oh, but your keeper play good with his feet. In the day, mate, what keeper actually saves the shots, mate, going in, mate? A keeper's job is to put the ball back in the net. Well, sorry, save the ball, not put the ball back. But you know what I mean. But like, we don't need a keeper to constantly pass the ball out of the back. I know it worked for us in years of Edison, right? Fair enough. But the game has changed. It's evolved in the last 8 years. It's massively
That
changed.
proved the other day, for me, that error proved to me that sometimes you need an experienced goalkeeper in the back of the net, because that pass out to the defender just shows a complete lack of inexperience. Now, I'm not saying that, he's a bad goalkeeper. I'm saying he's inexperienced. Anyone on the planet would look at that and go, yeah, probably shouldn't have passed to him because he had one or two men on him. The best thing to do in that situation is hoof it upfield and hope Erling gets ahead on it.
Yeah, because mate, honestly, right, the amount of times that we just try and walk the ball into the net, mate, you've got players like Marmoush who splash goals in out of the box. Why are we so keen to let the ball just play into the back of the net? I'm sorry, but at some point you've got to change. At some point, the style must adapt to the way the game is. I'm sorry, but that's how it should be for me. That's how it should be. After he has, but this is what I mean. No pace in the team. Like Stone's fast. He's not, is he? He's not fast at all.
Stones?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's Diaz. Vardiel's pretty quick. I say he's pretty quick for I don't know. I would say he's rapid, but he's faster than Diaz and Stones. Husanov's rapid. Juma Bar's rapid, right out for Nice. He's doing well for Nice right now.
Husanov it has the quickest recovery pace in this team.
He does, yeah. And I'm not saying he has to play every game. No, he has to. But I want to see more of him. I want to see more of him getting into the team, more minutes in the team. But the thing is, mate, like we need to see players like Diaz get back to form again. And also, look, obviously, Aitner get injured, which wasn't ideal. But I thought Aitner has been pretty good so far from what I've seen him. Obviously, get injured, unfortunately, against Tottenham. But he's been obviously a good addition at left back. Again, this whole defensive bullshit. About, he can't defend. Fuck off. He can defend. Don't know where that's come from. Yeah, but no, it's just I just want to see this team right. Just cut out all the bullshit mistakes and just really get back to a level that we can be. Break it. This is the thing, though, right? I'm not being funny here, right? All this news, right? It's all well and good, but just do it, please. I'm bored of seeing this news. Just pay the money and get him in through the door. I can't be bothered to be sat here talking with Bevo again about this. I mean, it's the last week and 2 weeks now. Just get it done.
Do you know what, mate? I am like, I respect people for messaging me. Like, got no problems with messaging me.
Yeah.
But I don't work for the football club. Like, I've got people asking me when's Rodrigo coming? Has he had his medical yet? Like, I don't know. Like, I get told news. And if I think that the news is worth telling, I'll tell it. Whether that news is right or wrong, I don't know. I know about as much as you do. I just get told things, and sometimes it's right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not an ITK. I don't pretend to be an ITK. I don't work for the club. I don't know. I know about as much as everybody else, but sometimes I get told news earlier than other people get told news. That's literally it. I don't know whether that news is real or not. I mean, some of it's been real, so
yeah. Also, by the way, Liverpool scored a late winner, but I'm honestly right. I don't give a shit about other teams. Before I even think about the league title, I want this team to get itself sorted out. I'm not bothered. Like, if you're getting angry and Liverpool getting lucky tonight against Newcastle, stop. I need to see this team get itself together before I think about title races right now. I'm sorry, I'm not doing this whole but drop points here. I couldn't give a shit. We have lost our second game of the season. I need to see this team improve in big games massively. Got to see more. And I'm sorry, right, but a right back for me, right, when I look at all the moves we're going for, right, a right back for me was one of the biggest moves we need to make this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, but Wesley shit, I don't give a shit who you bring in. Just get a right back who's got potential, right back who's decent, someone in.
For me, the two issues that I saw from the weekend. Now, am I looking at it because of the news circulating? The two positions that I really felt we needed to improve from the game against Tottenham was the goalkeeper and a winger, and they're the two that we've actually been linked with. Now, it's no secret we need a right back. It's no secret that we probably need a better deep lying midfielder. Like I'm not disputing that, but for me, the two positions that I saw at the weekend, which needs improvement, are the two that we're actually linked with. So, do I think we need a right back as well? Yeah. Realistically, I probably look at that team and I can see 4 or 5 positions that we need to fill. I actually think we need another centre back in, if I'm being honest with you. But that's just me being greedy. But
well, no, I'm not being funny here, mate. But we do. I've got lucky. I think right at the moment. Yeah, but it's just what I said before. Like, and exactly. Like for now, right. Ourselves right now, the priority. Forget what everyone else is doing. It's also who cares? Like Liverpool are trying to get Newcastle away from home, right? With no striker. I'm sorry, Liverpool for me have shown enough as it is anyway. Right, where they are right now. But doesn't matter. We're where we are right now. A Gahey, Mark Gahey.
I'm not against it, to be honest with you.
No, I'm not. I'm not against it. Like, if it's an option in the squad, fine. It's fine.
The only problem with the Gahey is he'll want to play most games.
Exactly. Dash, yeah, I agree. For me, though, Akanji has to go, though. Get Akanji out, get Gahey in, I'm fine with that. Yeah. We'll be able to come in. But this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Right? People are literally banking on Rodri coming back in and being incredible. Like, I'm not saying he won't be, right? But this with the ACL injury, meniscus injury, he has to come back into it and find that
The
form.
only problem with that is if you need to play someone alongside Rodri, then you're sacrificing creativity somewhere.
That's the problem. Yeah, you're right. We can't have 2 DMs in this team. Well, you could, but it's going to be less creative team.
The way I see it is Gahey has age on his side.
Yeah.
So is he better than a Kanji or Ake? Don't know. But what I do know is that he's got to be relatively close, and he's a lot younger. You look at Ake and Akanji; they're both in the 30s.
Yeah, roughly.
So, is he better now? Don't know. Does he have a higher ceiling? Yeah, because obviously Ake and Akanji are both, getting towards the end of their careers. So.
We get most people again. You probably would, but this is the thing, right? Like, we need a much more injury-free back line. We can't be having these amount of players that are injury prone. Like, I think for me, by next summer, Ake and Stones will be out the door. I think that's how it will be. I love Stones, I really do, but I'm surprised he's got through 2 games so far and he's not injured yet.
I know.
It's a miracle he's still fully fit.
It is a miracle. It is a miracle.
But you know what I mean? But like, that's the issue we've got. This rebuild for me was never ever going to take a summer. I know it could have done, but I always said before, players need to get out the door as well. It's going to be a lot of process of players coming in and out of the squad, but it needs to be the right players though. We can't be buying like squad rotation players anymore. We've already got players coming in like Shirky. Shirky will be a long-term player. That will probably, for me with Shirky, right? You're probably the best of Shirky towards the middle and the end of the season. Obviously, Wolsey was great, but you'll start seeing him improve a lot more in the bigger games the more he plays in them. It's all about experience for him right now. Obviously, being 21, I'm not sitting here saying he can't do it. Obviously, he could do it very well. I mean, for example, look at Verts right now. Verts in 2 games has done fuck all so far. But I know at some point here, mate, if I thought at some point it'll happen. So it's more of a case of we need other players around, mate, to step up while he's learning. So I hope, and a positive I took from the game though was Foden. He came on, very sharp, very bright. I thought, okay, if he's fit for Brighton, mate, play him. For me, Phil Foden, mate, needs to get back into that pitch, mate, and back on form. Best way to do it, mate, if he's fully fit, play him. And if you're and now I'm going to ask you this, mate, for that attacking three of Marmoush, Shirky, Bob, and Haaland. Is there anything that it would change for Brighton? No, I would, but I want to see what you think.
I think you need to work your maths out, mate, because you've just told me 4 players and you said attacking 3. So
good point. Yeah, taking 4. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if Foden's fit, I think you bring Foden back in. Foden's still young, but he's got a wealth of experience. So I think if he is fit, you bring Foden back in and probably drop either Bob or Cherky.
Yeah, that is true. By the way, Steve, you're right. Like, I'm not angry or upset at the new ones coming in. Like, I get them guys, but it's the other one. It's the ones that have been here longer, mate. I need to see showing their form, mate. I'm not expecting Shaki Rounders to pan out every week. Like, not yet. Anyway, I need to see a lot more from players like Bernardo Silva. Mamouche obviously just been here 6 months, but he's still a much better player than the other ones coming in. I see more from them. Haaland, see more from him. Shirky, Rounders, and Trafford. Well, at the end of the day, right, they're new here. I'm not asking Trafford to be the best keeper in the world, but again, with Trafford, I knew what was coming with Trafford. I knew what to expect with Trafford. That's why I wanted Donnarumma in to be number 1, Trafford to do number 2, to learn from him and play in the cup games, and I'll get the league again. Again, this was need to say reiterate, right? Me and Bev are both for Trafford being at the club and being number 1 in the future. We want him to succeed here. We want him to succeed. But we're also realistic about where Trafford is right now. He's not that player right now. And that's fine. He's 22. He won bloody Championship Player of the Year last year, which by the way is brilliant, by the way. Brilliant. A keeper winning Player of the Year is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is, but
yeah, and big hats off to him as well.
Yeah. So we're all for him. We're all behind him. But he needs that keeper kind of with him who's better than him right now.
My problem is we don't have that safety net. If we turn up at the Bernabeu, or which, let's be real, right? People say, oh, but we might not get Real Madrid. We get Real Madrid in the Champions League every sodding year. Let's just pretend, right, that we don't. But even if we do, yeah, do you really want to go to the Bernabeu with an inexperienced 22-year-old goalkeeper with no safety net? If he crumbles, which could happen, he crumbled at home in his own ground against Spurs. You think that he's going to go to the Bernabeu and not crumble? The thing is, if he crumbles, who are you bringing on? Are you bringing on Ortega? Because I'm sorry, I don't trust Ortega more than I trust Trafford, and at that point, I don't really trust Trafford. So there's no safety net. As it stands, there is no safety net, and bringing in Donnarumma is that safety net. What you can then do is go, do you know what? We'll give Trafford some minutes. Say Donnarumma picks up a slight knock and he's on the bench. Go, do you know what? We'll play Trafford at the Bernabeu. But then if he crumbles after 20 minutes or half an hour, you know you've got a perfectly good safety net sitting on the bench that you can just bring into the team and you know he'll do bits. Yeah. That's what we need.
100%. Big up Rajat, mate. Are we doing good? Are we doing good, my friend? To me, Steve, first of the game is about time. Yeah, look, this is the thing, right? We're not sitting here saying there's no trust, right? Look, it's 2 games in, but this is the thing, right? Last season, these mistakes started happening to begin with, but obviously we want to run a games where we're doing pretty well, weren't we, at that point? Unbeaten before, obviously, Bournemouth beat us 1-0. Was it 2-1? At some point, we've got to get these mistakes cut out of our game, because if we're not careful, it could be a long season. Like, again, we've got Derby coming up next month, and Arsenal away as well. We've got 2 big games coming up in September. And if we're not up for it, we will get beaten both games. Now, you know the shit right now, but we can still lose to them.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we can. Look, we need to get the mistakes had to come out game instantly. Can't have any more. We need to start playing a lot better, more simple. Play it simple. No more fucking around in the back. Got the ball up the pitch. Honestly, we can't, because I'll tell you right now, Cunha and Mbeumo and Sesko, they've been shit so far, mate. They will be on us, mate. We're doing that on Saturday. They will be, and they'll score, and they'll struggle against us. Our level now is nowhere near where it was 4 years ago. Standard has dropped badly. Back then with Sane, Sterling, and Mark. Yeah, that is facts, massive facts. Because on the wings, by the way. Bob's just got into the team. I'm not going to sit there and go at him. Bob, I'm more for development of him. Doku came on, and what did he really do? Apparently, he was good. Really, what did he do? Sorry, but you're a winger. I need more from you, mate.
To me, I still see Doku as that guy when, say, you're in work and you're in the office and you're having a chat with your mate, and then. And then the boss walks in, right? And your mate goes, "Oh shit, the boss has walked in," and then just starts like doing a load of stuff, like shuffling papers and stuff like that, and moving things around, not actually doing anything, but looking like he's doing something. That is exactly for me what Jeremy Doku is. He looks like he's doing a lot, but actually doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sorry, we need wingers in this team, mate, that are doing stuff in this team. Bob for me has done a lot more than Doku has recently, but again, with Bob, I need to see a lot more from him before I decide he's his first team player.
Mm-hmm.
Rodrigo, look, he's had 1 goal in whatever games. I couldn't give a shit. It's Real Madrid, mate. He's playing a Madrid team with all the different players. With us, he's one of the main players on the team sheet, playing week in, week out.
Yeah. I'll be back in a minute, by the way.
It's not fun. Reject my fellow Yankee. I'm going to big up. Goalkeeper leads to the depth of the deep issue in the team. I would say yes. I think for me, fact checker, I would like a goalkeeper just have a solid goalkeeper. I think at the back, but you are right. I think a right back for me is definitely a lot more pressing anyway. But you are correct. I think we need a much more. I think we definitely need a better goalkeeper in terms of experience. Apart from that, I think right back in midfield definitely is more players that I would look at. You think we get Rodrigo and Donnarumma? Donnarumma, I think we'll get Rodrigo. I'm not sure on right now. You see that Savio deal move quicker than this, but right now, with just under a week to go, I'm not sure right now on that one. Still been we wouldn't. Well, I think it would solve a little bit, mate. I think it would do. I'm saying it would solve us and make us way better, but it definitely gives us a lot more confidence at the back. I think that's just me anyway. It puts behind February, but I think we do. Yeah. I still think we have much to do. That do you know what? See, you're thinking back on there. I think for me, right, tactically, right, the way we're set up at the moment, and I was listening to a few shows myself, right, recently. I just think at the moment the way we're set up at the moment is very quick and rapid. But I think we are faster than we were last year. I'm not saying it's slow still, but it's too fast. Like we haven't got we can't slow down. Like Mark was saying on the show yesterday, he was saying like it's great that we're changing it up, but there's no actual like balance to calm us down. Like, I'm all for the fast play, quick movement, which is what I want to see again. But you aren't going to get that straight away. But that's why you need experience in that midfield to calm everyone down. Sorry, you do. Like people think you're young players. I'm all for having a youthful team, but you need to have someone in the midfield to say, right, chill. I'll control it and detect tempo. You go with me. That's what I think anyway. Big up Martin. Oh, it's been a there's Martin there. Big up Martin. I'm doing good, mate. I'll see you in a bit, mate. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not looking busy. There is not looking busy, but it's how you do it. That's what counts. Right. But Joe, I'll ask you this then, mate. Anyway, like, what for you at the moment? What is the most pressing thing out of all the things right now that we've got to look at the moment? What's the one thing that's concerned to you the most right now?
The errors.
The errors.
The errors massively concern me because they're schoolboy errors. Because, like, when I mean errors, there's a lot of things that you kind of attribute with that. I don't just mean like making a bad pass. I also think of things like, really bad positioning, not following your man. When I mean errors, I don't just mean like Trafford's error passing the ball out to a player that's got like 3 players on him. I don't just mean that. I mean, like, there's a lot more to it than that. Like positioning, even simple things, scanning your surroundings, taking that extra touch too much, all these little things, not reading it properly, there's just so much. Like I all attribute these things to being errors, because if your positioning's off and things like that, that is still an error to me, because your positioning should be better. Like there's just so much that, like, I'm thinking we've not really learned it. Like we're still making mistakes which we were seeing last season. And I know it's a different style of play, and I know things are going to get better. But right now, we're well off the pace. We're well off the pace. We're playing Spurs at home, and we don't even look like we're at it. We had our chances, but so did they. Like, we just look miles apart from the likes of a Liverpool, an Arsenal, even a Chelsea. Chelsea weren't great against Palace. They were a little bit better the other night against whoever they were playing. But for me, we're miles off it.
Yeah. Big up Martin. We're doing good, mate. Are you obviously at the moment? I think are you ill, mate, or you feeling better?
I've got a face like Quasimodo, but most people say I've got that anyway.
I was going to say, what's changed, mate?
Not much, really. Oh, still an ugly bastard. Anyway, yeah. Good evening, gentlemen.
You're beautiful, mate. You're beautiful inside and out.
I'll pay you later. How are you two? Big up everyone in chat.
I'm feeling rough as a dog's arse, mate. I really am.
Yeah, I'm all right myself. I mean, the game wasn't great, but I mean, it's a hard one because I mean I get that it's just 2 games into the season and you've got to obviously sort of take it as it comes, but the mistakes in that game, especially with the defense and that and the way it was, it just there's a lot to work on. That's for sure, especially in the big games.
Oh, that's Well, I said this last night. I think we've gone 2 A to Z, and I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm uncomfortable with A to Z. You're asking players that have played certain ways for what, 8 years, some of them. I think I nicknamed it Mario Kart football.
Some of them even longer, Martin. There's some players that have come through the academy like Oscar Bob.
Yeah, and then
always known.
And Bevel, we don't play that speed of football and go. We don't do that from youth level up. You do that sort of thing gradually. That's like when a new manager comes in, and especially when you've only had one pre-season game as well to sort of adapt it. I feel like we're going to use the next
behind closed doors, but yeah, I get what you're
saying. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, but even when you're playing Preston, it's not the same, is it? Because with all due respect, and I'm gonna get killed here by JSGC and his bro, and I do apologise. Preston are not exactly elite things to do that with. It'll look good, and including myself, I think we've just got a bit too giddy about some of these young players coming in. Oscar Bob, Rico Lewis. It's like Rico Lewis, for example. 2 months ago, everyone was like, "Yeah, if we get a good offer, let's sell him."
Yeah.
The offer come, and then we all went, "Oh no, don't sell him." Gets a new contract, and we're all jumping up and down again that he's staying. And then he has a bad performance, and we're all wanting him out again. And it's like it's just flip flop everywhere.
That's what I said, Martin. If
it's
people
crazy.
Hold this energy, for people that are saying they want him out, hold that same energy when he has a good game.
But they don't do that.
No.
They don't do that, Bebel. And this is the thing, it took one game to get the pep out lot back. Which,
to be honest, I think we just need to call ourselves Apple FC. Because I tell you something, as soon as the new shiny iPhone comes out and people go, "Oh, this one's got an update. This one's got a 5mm larger screen, and it's got a slightly better camera."
That's the other thing. We've bought 12 players in 6 months. We've bought 12 players, so we have literally bought. Now, granted, 4 of them have gone on loan, and I get that, but we've still got 8 players from January on. We've spent best part of 350, 400 mil.
Yeah,
and people, and I've got told these people in hospital, they're going out trying to spend more money this week because they've shit themselves now after Tottenham.
Yep. Panic.
So what the heck? I've never used this with Manchester City before. Never used it. I feel like we've gone into a scattergun approach here.
Yeah.
I feel like we've gone into a total scattergun. And this Mike Gay, as much as listen, I'd love Mike Gay tomorrow. I think he's a quality defender.
Yeah.
Especially, and I do think we do need one if you're going to sell a Kanja.
100%.
But why weren't we involved in Mike Gay 9 weeks ago? Why have we gone, last week of the window, let's start talking now?
Exactly.
Where's that come from?
And also the whole obviously I don't remember obviously was a thing that was planned a while ago anyway, but even that one's it's been 2 weeks since that first broke, and it's still going on now. Like obviously Rodrigo, obviously I mean I imagine I can't see it happening anyway. I can't see it happening now. It's like a week to go now under that. I need to get savvy about towards Tottenham and then get rid of it. It's just so much going to happen in one go. I can't see it happening. I really can't.
Well, in the next 6 days, they're looking at Kanja, Gundo, Edison. There was one other all out the door, bringing Donnarumma. The fans want Rodrigo. I know the club do, but they haven't. I just don't see Rodrigo happening at this late stage.
No.
Matt Gay, and it's like it makes no sense to me. I don't get it. and yes, I was. We could win the league, and I think we could because But I'm now starting to think this could just take a year to bed in this sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
This could take a year. This could, and I think, and Bebo said it, I think we'll have more good days than bad days. Don't think we're ever going to be a 1 in 14 team again, but
No.
I do see us, like, 1 week giving someone a damn good hiding, and the next week us looking like we don't know what we're doing.
Back and
I
forth.
think it's going to be one of these seasons where, like next week against Brighton, we could easily go and put 5 past them.
Yeah.
But then the next week we'll get beat 3, and you're like, it makes no sense. This.
Well, I heard Haaland say in an interview, in the City in the Community Ball thing that they did, the event for City in the Community, where Haaland was like one of the guest speakers there. What I heard was that Haaland basically said that this is the most like this is the most sort of I can't think of the word because I feel like shit. But it's the most kind of that he's seen Pep like ready to really like. It's the most enthusiastic he's seen him, basically.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's absolutely buzzing. But it's like Saturday though, Bebo.
Yeah.
There's that saying, too many cooks. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Too many cooks.
So sorry, calm down, you. Too many cooks. Too many cooks. Cooks. Right. Calm down, you.
Cooking food,
too many chiefs and not enough Indians. On Saturday, and I don't know if you two were there, but I don't know, sure you had Pep Linders, and Colo all barking orders at the same time. All 3 of them stood barking orders. And I'm like, that must be hella confusing.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like, for example, Ryan Cherky. Why is Ryan Cherky in the number 6 role?
Yeah.
That is
what
weird,
was that about?
That's weird.
Nico Gonzalez, we know, cannot go and get the ball off the defence with his back to the play, turn and move it.
No.
So last week you had Bernardo Silva there as his safety net to do that role. So what you do this week is take Bernardo Silva out of the equation and Nico Gonzalez's frailties come to light. It's you bring on Rodri and Foden with 10 minutes to go. I suppose that's just to get fitness because they weren't going to do a lot in the game.
No.
And we did look better. I mean, that's the thing. I think when we've got that midfield, I think when we've got that midfield of Rodri, Foden, Reinders, I think it could work.
Yeah,
it will work. I mean, you've got.
We can't play them. We can't play that 70 games and just pray and hope.
No.
I mean, Oscar Bob was our best player, but I'm saying that in a bad way instead of a good way because he was the best of a bad bunch. There was no one who played well. Nobody played well on Saturday.
No.
I felt for Trafford. I felt like going and giving Trafford a hug. I really did because he looked like he had the shadow of Donnarumma underneath him. It looked to me like he was trying, when you're trying to impress too much.
Yeah.
Like that one, he's coming out in the second half trying to head the ball out. What are you doing? No, you're not Edison. What are we doing? Do the simple stuff well. You can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
My problem with it is, Martin, and I 100% agree with what you've just said. I think a lot of that is just a complete lack of inexperience. And like I've said, like before and on LB's panel show, the thing for me is that if he goes to the Bernabeu and the pressure is on and he makes a mistake and his head goes, basically like what we saw against Spurs, there isn't that solid safety net there. Who'd you bring on? Ortega? Is Ortega really a safety net? I think for me, you have to buy another solid alternative if you're going to go down this route of of having such a young goalkeeper that you want to bring on and bits with.
But get a goalkeeper then that suits that style. That's the thing that baffles me is you got two goalies that are going to play totally different two styles.
I kind of rate that.
I don't think it suits training because I think Xavi's going to have a nightmare.
I think what you've got is, I mean, people don't see it, but like that's literally how we've played for the last 3 years. We have those two goalkeepers that have that different style. You've got Edison, that's the ball playing goalkeeper, and you've got Ortega, that's mainly the shot stopper that can play a little bit with his feet, but he ain't great. And I think that is what we're going for now, but with better options. Like Trafford is the ball playing goalkeeper and he's decent at shot stopping. Is he as good as playing with the ball at his feet as Edison? No. But then you look at the other side of it and go, Donnarumma is probably the best shot stopper in the world right now. Mm-hmm. So you've got those two options. And then you look at it and go, okay, if we're playing a team like a Spurs that presses really, really high and try to win the ball off us from the defense and from the keeper, then you play your ball playing goalkeeper that can play out from the back. But then if you look at other games like an Arsenal who don't really press us that high, then you can afford to put someone like the Donnarumma in net and know that you're going to have the goalkeeper that can do the shot stopping.
Yeah, I don't know. I think to me, right, I think a lot of people.
By the way, Crystal Palace have made an official £15 million bid, including bonuses, for Manuel Akanji.
Okay, that's interesting.
So.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that's true or not. But I think right now, I mean, I'm not being funny here, right? But Galatasaray, right? Have they even agreed to Edison yet, or was that just it's haggling still?
You mean Galatasaray? You mean Interest FC?
Interest FC, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, constantly just intrigue.
See, the thing is, it's like they've made bids, and I think some of the issue was the payment structure.
Yeah,
because I think it's City are a club that generally pay in 2 payments. I got told, so we generally pay 2 payments up front for our players. We're not getting that offered back. So we're basically front loading our payments, whereas everyone's offering to back pay our payments. So the money going out is front loaded and the money coming in is back loaded on the end of the contract. And that's not a great way of doing business, I suppose. Because we're paying out all the outlay up top and we're getting all the money back 3-4 years later, which is not always the best way to do it. And that's what Pep means by the way people bid for our players. It's very strange on that one. I think, like I said, we've talked about this, Luke, the fan base, some of the fan base is broke at the minute. It's split completely down the middle right now.
It is.
I'm going to be straight. I think some people are trying to, I don't put this because I'm not going to put names on it. I think some people are trying to be famous rather than give their honest opinions. I don't know. So, and I don't mean anyone on we know. Just maybe it's people I speak to in Twitter and things like that. I think some people are just trying to be. Because listen, I can sit here and chuck 10 names at you. I can do that. It doesn't mean it's going to happen.
No.
You know, I think we've got some have got out of control since Donnarumma and Rodrigo got mentioned. I think the excitement levels went, and it's quite right because I think people do get excited about top players. Of course you do. But has anyone sat back, relaxed, and gone, is this right? Will they fit? No. Do you know my biggest issue right now? And I'm sorry for being a boring old fart. No one looks at anything analytically anymore. And that's just me. I love to go into the analysis of the games, and maybe it's me and Nobbins. Maybe me and Nobbins are just boring old farts who like to go into the analytics. I don't know, but that's what I get excited about. Is this player going to work? I don't look at the name. I don't look at what their rating is on FIFA. I want to know, are they going to fit with what we do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Rodrigo, I do think, here's the thing, I think Rodrigo will fit. I think people are using the wrong argument on Rodrigo. They're using the G&A. Rodrigo's not a G&A guy. Rodrigo is a technical, gifted, skillful player that would work under a Pep system because of the way we play.
I do think his output will be better for us, though, because he'll have more consistent game time.
Do you know what gets me with that, Bebo? And maybe I'm an old school guy. If my winger's getting 30 GA, while he's getting like 20 odd goals, well, then I know Haaland's not going to get 40.
I think Haaland could get 40 as well.
No, bloody hell, Bebo.
Hey, listen, right? I've already.
Bebo's gone here.
So crazy
this season, mate. I've already put my neck out on the line in front of
30
thousands upon thousands of people saying that Turkey's getting 30 goals, and I have to stand by it.
30 goals.
Yeah, and I think Turkey will be fine. I think everyone will be fine. I think us and Liverpool are going to play very similar.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal are going to be very different. I think us and Liverpool are going to be, we don't care about defending. Let's get goals.
Just mad.
And I think you saw that. You've seen that in the first two games. This is people. You remember this, Bebo, but this is going to be Kevin Keegan days.
Yeah.
This is going to be score 4. Concede 4.
If we concede 5, that's going to score 6. No, for the best.
Yeah. Do you know? I had a look around on Saturday. I thought Darren Huckabee was on the wing. I'm like, what's going on here? It was crazy, and it's exciting, but it's also frustrating. So, like I said, just sit back, buckle up, enjoy the ride. But we can't be losing our heads 2 games in. We can't be losing our heads, especially to the likes of Oscar Bob. Things like that.
Well, I see the chat are already bantering me for this. Right. Right. 30 goals for Turkey. I don't just mean Premier League goals. I mean across the board, at all competitions. I think
talking Carabao Cup.
Right. I think if Turkey gets 15 Premier League goals, which he can do because there's 36 games left and he's already scored 1. So he needs 14 more goals in 36 games. And then you're telling me that he can't get 5 goals in the FA Cup, 5 goals in the Carabao Cup, and 5 goals in the Champions League. I'm telling you now, that 30 goals, I'm sticking by it.
Hey, the way people are saying it, the way we're playing, we won't be in the FA Cup of the Carabao much longer. We'll be out of it in the first round.
It is right. I know we'll be fine. I think it's just cutting out those mistakes. It's just cutting them out. Like,
Steve, behave, man.
Oh God, 60 goals, Christ! That's gonna happen, isn't it? Oh, sure.
And he'd advance on 60.
65 done.
No, you know what it is, right? Look, in the Wolves game, I saw a lot already to be excited about. Tottenham was disappointing, but it's like, I'm going Brighton on Sunday. I'm sure you are as well, Martin. Like, I'm sure we'll see a much better game against Brighton, because Brighton right now playing really poor right now. Playing really poor.
Better do. I know it's only an hour for you. It's about 6.5 hours for me down there. It's about half an hour for you.
Well, about an hour and a half or so, yeah, give or take. Yeah.
Plugging in, but it's bus ride for Luke.
The problem is, for me, isn't against these lower oppositions, the likes of Wolves and Evertons and Brightons and Burnleys and teams like that. My problem is we have been really, really shit against the top 6 for the last 2 seasons now. This would be the 3rd season. We need to start working on getting better records against the top 6, because that's ultimately what wins your trophies. And we were lucky in that 4-peat season, because I don't think we were very good in the 4-peat season. I thought we were absolute garbage last year, and I think if we see the same levels of consistency this year, we're not going to be challenging. Not when we can't be beating top 6 teams at home, or at least competing against top 6 teams at home. It's not good enough in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair enough. No, it's that has to be improvement. There has to be, but I think it's kind of like we've got to see how this style of play develops. Again, we've gone from control football, side to side to side to side to side, cross the ball and cleared. The last, cross the ball in goes in. The last year or two, and when you're going from that to intense speed football, as Martin said, you've got to train it out of them. And the thing is, that isn't going to take about a few games. That will try to take up for most of the season to get the fluidity right. Now, hopefully I'm wrong as a quick change around, but I'm not expecting this to be free-flowing Prime City football. I think the Wolves, like Wolves and Wolves, will probably have quite.
It's a bad time to start changing things up though when you've got Arsenal in 3 weeks and you've got Liverpool around the corner. I'm sorry, there's a time and a place, but you don't go and tell your mum that your missus is pregnant at your granddad's funeral, do you? Do you know what I mean? There's a time and a place.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean, but I just it's kind of just like I just want to sort of just. I know that a lot of the fans will overreact no matter what. I get it. Like obviously, if you get frustrated, I'm frustrated. We lost the game on Saturday, but I just, as Martin said,
do you know the ironic thing? The fans moaning about it, the fans who wanted this. That's what I'm finding it so ironic of. The fans moaning about it, and the fans who asked him to change.
Yeah.
And the thing was, we needed an old head on Saturday. We could have done, I don't mean all of them, just one. We needed a Bernardo, a gun, someone just to put a foot on the ball in that midfield and go, let's stop, calm it down, play the ball around for 5 minutes. Let's catch our breath. Let's take the sting out of Tottenham. Nobody was going to do that.
Yeah.
We've got flying fullbacks, and then he takes off 8 minutes, he only gets injured, and you bring on Ake, who the last thing he is an overlapping fullback.
Yeah.
It was just it's a bit crazy, and I know control football was a bit boring to some people, but that's what won us trophies. It won us trophies.
I don't think it wins us trophies anymore, though, Martin. I think everyone's just as.
I don't think this way is going to win us trophies either, Bebo.
No, I don't. Not with the lack of.
There's got to be a balance.
Yeah, you can't go from one style to a completely new style like overnight and expect it to work.
Yeah, well, the way I thought it was going to be was controlled, but with a tempo.
Yeah,
that's how.
So
I
not move the ball sideways for 10 minutes, but still want to move the ball, but with a bit quicker tempo.
The one thing that I thought was gonna be the difference was something that I kind of noticed against. I noticed it against Wolves, and that was a lot of the midfield kind of dropping towards the keeper, and then the keeper playing over the top balls into the space behind. That's like, I mean, we saw it for the Trafford to Reinders to Haaland goal. I thought you'd see the defence and some of the midfield kind of drop deep to create that space in behind, and then a ball over the top. That's what I thought we were going to start seeing, not this that we're seeing now.
Well, we did see it a little bit. Remember the one when Trafford, when Haaland sort of flicked it onto Mamouche when he took it he was at that acute angle. Now that's what I did. Like when we played Newcastle and we played Chelsea last year, that's what I thought we were going to go to, as in quickening the tempo like that.
Yeah,
getting the big man involved.
Go rather than going from A, B, C, D going A to D straight away. That's kind of the way that I see it going.
Get a balance of it, mix it up a little bit. You know, like I said, take the sting out of it. But I mean, there's no coincidence that was the youngest team we've had in 15 years on that pitch, and it looks like it.
24.
You can't just kill all your experience out. You can't get rid of it. It's like having a business and you got a bunch of 60-year-olds and you go, right, we do need to, you know, freshen it up, get some youngsters. You get rid of all of them and you bring in a bunch of 20-odd-year-olds. Well, they're just going to have an house party in the office because there's nobody there to calm them down.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by the A to Z. Just put one or two heads in. That's why if we're going to lose an Akanja, it worries me because Stones is injury prone. Ake gets injured. Kushinov is going to be a great player, but he's still 20.
Yeah.
There's also an A to Z.
There's nobody else left.
There's also an A to Z in the fan base as well, though, Martin. You look at one tweet and it's like, City are garbage. We're not doing this right. Sack Pep, blah, 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 blah. And then you scroll down to the next tweet and it says City are winning the treble. And it's like,
that's why I don't tweet.
Where is the in between there? Where is like, we'll get top 3. You know what I mean? It's gone, or even win the Prem. Like that's kind of somewhere in the middle. It's gone from sack and all of these players to we're winning the treble. Where's that bit in middle?
No, but even I got carried away. I thought, with this young squad, but I thought he was going to play a balanced way of doing this. I didn't think it was going to be go, 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 go. Now I've seen it live, or twice now. I went, "Ooh, this is different," and I think I'm in my own head. I've gone. Let me see where we are after the window and 10 games in. 10 games in will give me an idea of where we're going to be. Because I think when we played Arsenal, we played United, etc., then I'll know.
After that Spurs game, mate, I don't even think I want to watch Arsenal and United. Like, I might just like go out for a nice
leisurely drive.
I might go for a nice stroll along the beach and watch the sunset, and then come back and see what the score is. At least then I'll be calm.
Yeah, that 5-1 last year was a real. That was a real bad one. That was, wasn't it?
But with that exposed at the back, it could be 6 or 7 this year.
Yeah, is what I mean. Like, I think a lot of fans, I think, I mean, obviously myself, I just want us to sort of get back to a level where we're at least competing this year. That's what I want to see us do. Just be much better than last year and just start moving ourselves on towards a level in the next couple of years where we're at top again, competing at top again. Like, I'm not expecting us to be instantaneously insane and we're back to our levels again. Like, I'm not stupid. I know how football can be. You can't just go from like crap, awful when 1 and 14, then going into like title winning, almost unbeaten the season. Like, it'll take time to get back to that. But I think
weirdly, yeah. We say, "Oh, crap this and crap that." We have the most points out of anyone in the Premier League in 2025. Like, how has that happened?
Crazy. Yeah, that is weird. That is, but this is the thing, right? I'm like, when you think, it's looking good, but like Liverpool tonight, obviously, I've just won 3-2 last minute, right? But they've just got over the line twice now in the first 2 games. Obviously, they've won their games. We've won one, lost one. But even they're struggling themselves right now to find form and consistency. I know they've won their games, but Liverpool at some point will lose games.
All due respect as well, I think we've had the harder games. Like
Tottenham and
they played Bournemouth at home, who Bournemouth are not it this year. They've got a whole new keeper. They've lost a lot of players, lost Kirkez and other players. I think you should be beating Bournemouth at home, and then Newcastle away. Yeah, Newcastle's a hard place to go, but I'm telling you, the way that club is at the moment with the whole Isaac situation and there's a split between the players, and that's a very unsettled dressing room at the moment. I personally think that Wolves away is more difficult than Bournemouth at home. And I think that the Spurs game is more difficult than Newcastle at the moment. So realistically,
that's the crazy thing, Bubba. Liverpool have conceded more goals than us.
Yeah. See you
2
too.
games. This is what I'm saying. Look, both teams are going to be wide open at the moment. I said this to Sam last week. This is just going to be Liverpool and City going to play similar. Arsenal are going to be the ones.
100% more goals than we have. They've conceded 4. We've conceded 2.
Yeah. I think Arsenal are going to be the ones that are a bit more pragmatic. Us and Liverpool are just going to play, let's just go. Like, cause I was joking with Liverpool. I said, well, this could end up 5 each when we play Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's just going to be attack from both sides.
Escape possibility.
His name came up last week. I ignored it because that's the one defender I wanted. Because I think his mum's his agent, or one of these who has a family member as agent or does his negotiating for him or something. And it did come up because 6 clubs were interested in a Kanja. There was 2 Premier League, obviously now one's Palace, 2 German, a Turkish team, and somewhere else. So we had plenty of options, a Kanja. But the problem was Akanji, he wasn't sort of desperately packing his bags to leave. It was a bit get out the door a bit. But I always said we need that Gay. Well, late last night I got a text saying keep an eye on Gay. I went, oh right, and I got a bit excited because that's the defender I wanted. I wanted him because he's quick and he's huge and I like him as a defender. But again, whether it comes off, whether it happens, I always say, wait and see.
Yeah.
The only issue with bringing in someone like a Gahey is the options at the back are then crazy. You've got Stones, who, let's be real, we know that Stones ain't lasting the season. So I'm not going to really include him. But you've got Diaz, Gvardiol, Gahey, Ake, you've also got Husanov, you've got Ain't Nori. That is a lot of players that you have to find minutes for. Like you stick Gahey in alongside Diaz, are you benching Gvardiol? You put Gahey and Gvardiol in, are you really benching Diaz? Like it's one of them. I think if you go and get a Gahey, then you expect that a centre back will want to leave the club, whether that be Gvardiol, whether that be Diaz, whether that be.
Fingers crossed you get away with it, because then we'll lose 2 defenders next year, won't we? John Stones will go out on a free. Who was the other one? I think somebody else will. Yeah, I think the question would be is where does a Juma Bar fit in?
I'm the Husanov, because let's be real, you have to give him minutes. Because
I think Kushinov will be fine. I think people are wanting, and rightfully so. I think Kushinov should be given a chance. I'm not in he's world class category at the minute, where some people have suddenly put him after 5 appearances. He's suddenly in the world class category.
He really needs testing at right back, because I
wouldn't use him at right back.
He's got real good recovery pace. You saw it against Vinicius Jr. Like, the guy's like super young, and the fact that you can put him in one of his first games for City against Real Madrid away and know that he can lock down Vinicius Jr., like, that is impressive in itself.
Yeah. I think if you're going to do that, Bebo, you'd have to play the right forward in front of him.
Yeah. You're right.
Because I think we know he can't do the overlap. Well, I say he can't. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Can he go bombing up the right wing and do a Nunes?
Oh, he
can.
That's
the thing Pep likes. That's the thing Pep likes from his fullbacks, isn't it? He likes to get them up. I think with the right combination, it would work. So, like you said, at a Bernabeu and Anfield away, I think it'd work because you're primarily saying defend now. So like we noticed like with Ake used to always roll out against Liverpool just to block Salah up.
Yeah.
Because that's just defend.
Same against
Arsenal,
we used to lock Saka up.
Yeah. I think you could do that with a cushion of it. It's playing him in the right games. That's like I said, different keys for different locks, I suppose.
Yeah. It's just trying to sort of use the right team and the right back line against the right team in it. So it's.
I think if you do play Husanov at right back, I don't think you need him to go bombing it up. The reason why I say that is because what you have on the left-hand side is you've got a very, very attacking left-sided wing back. He's not a full-back, he's kind of a wing back. And when he goes bombing it up, which by playing Husanov at right back, you can say to him, even when we haven't got the ball, you can stay a little bit higher, and you've got 3 solid defenders on the back line. Whereas if you have like a Nunes and an Aït-Nouri, for example, and they're both pushing it, that literally leaves you with 2 centre-backs. You'd end up having to bring Rodri back and sticking Rodri in the middle to make that 3. And that just doesn't work because Rodri ain't a centre-back. So I think it would work in the sense of you can tell Aït-Nouri he can stay a little bit higher up. He doesn't have to keep bombing it back to defend. He can stay a little bit higher up and know that you've still got a 3 at the back, which is a solid option, instead of having a Nunes.
Yeah. 3-5-2 system.
Yeah. 3-5-2. Essentially.
So what, Marmoush and Holland up front then?
Well, it'd effectively be a 3-5-2 because then what you'd have is if Aït-Nouri kind of goes up the left and controls the left, you'd have Marmoush inverting to sort of maybe just behind Haaland, so maybe like a 3-5-1-1 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or a 3-6-1.
I think this system will develop over the next few months. Like, again, I think where we are right now, probably the team we see at all. Well, I think it'll be changing a lot more in the next couple weeks anyway. So,
it's tinkering with it. It's just the wrong time to tinker with it, especially when you've got Arsenal.
These kind of games, yeah, it's the worst possible start. Like, really, Tottenham, Arsenal, United. Wish an easy start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've all got to play them at some point, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a long season. I think we'll be fine. Anyway, lads, I'm going to jump.
No worries,
big up, smash those likes, hit the subscribe if you're new. Show them a lot of love. Take care, all.
Yeah, mate. Take care, mate. See you soon. Big up, Martin. Obviously, if you haven't already, subscribe to make any wave you haven't already. I'm sure you'll have everyone in chat probably have already, but if you haven't, go over there and give them a like and give them a subscribe. Is it like 10k on the road to now? I think we're around 7.4. So
yeah,
on the way now. Obviously, we're always like towards 2k, so help us get there. Do appreciate it. Do you know what? I think what we'll do, I think we'll end it there. I mean, transfers wise, it's been quite dead anyway. Like, I know there's like news of like, bids coming in, but it's not really like news. It's like it's news we've heard of before anyway. It's not here we go confirmed. It's not it's not stuff that's done. Like, it's still rumors going on, that kind of stuff. So look, I'll probably do a stream before Brighton anyway, to sort of talk about that. I think it's better to talk about Brighton as a separate stream than now, because a lot like that, you need a bit of time to sort of just process it and get out of the system. But it'll be fine. Again, I'm not expecting this team to be winning everything this year. I'm expecting this team to sort of improve on last year and just challenge this year. Put a better example for yourself this year. Then next year, the year after, we go again and we're much better all round. And just, I think it's all about this year. I just want to see us just massively improve overall this year. That's something that I haven't got any standards I do, but I've got standards that are realistic of where we're going to be right now. It's not FIFA. You can't just go and win every game like 10-0 the year after having a stinker. I mean, I wish we could do that. It would be great.
Speak for yourself. I've seen you play FIFA. You ain't winning 10-0.
No, I'm not. 5-0 maybe, but not 10-0. but this is what I mean. So I'm patient with it, but obviously anything like this, like Saturday happens, we'll obviously talk about it and discuss it and be very on it of it and be honest with it. But I'm not for a toss out the pram, because again, as someone today claim that myself, Alex, and that one just only do the podcast to sort of just chat shit now. I don't remember who it was that said it right, but I thought, look, at the end of the day, right, I don't do this for clicks. Obviously, clicks are important because you get podcasts with different people. Of course you do. But I'll be lying to everyone here and myself if I was chatting shit and being negative for the sake of it. If I'm not feeling happy about something, I'll say how I feel. I'm sorry, but everyone, if you're a positive person, fair play to you. That's how you want to be. Good for you. But not everyone is the exact same as each other. Everyone handles things differently. Everyone sort of reacts to things differently. But unfortunately, some people just feel like you got to be reacting the same as everyone else, which is really weird. I don't get excited like that. Like people should have their opinions and sort of be able to sort of give them freely that we need to be abused or told you're wrong.
If you don't like our opinions, and that's absolutely fine. Don't watch the show. We're not making you watch the show. Like, you know,
happens all the time, Steve.
leave a like on the way out, like, but you know, don't have to watch the show.
So, and Dave, you're right. I've been watching a lot of the chat recently. It's been a lot of madness going on in a lot of chat recently. A lot of the shows and that, obviously a lot of the spaces that Martin does and that. It's gone out of hand recently. Like a lot of people just, even if you're a positive person, like I don't get a person saying, "Oh, you can't have that opinion positive." No, if you're a positive person, good for you. I'm not saying you're wrong for that. Like, who am I to tell you that you're wrong? Like this season, we've got to start having debates again that are fair and not shouting each other. Like right now, right? Me and Martin and Bevo had a good debate. They don't always agree on everything, but we had a good debate and it was respectful and we got on with it. That's how it should be. I don't want to be sat here, getting my point across, like a rival panel show.
And let's be real, guys, it ain't that deep. It's not that deep. It's 22 blokes kicking a ball around a football pitch trying to outscore the other team.
It's not that deep at all.
It's really not that deep.
Like I come on here to sort of chat to you, chat to everyone in the chat, all mates and that. That's what football's about. When we win, we celebrate. We lose, is what it is. We go again. But I'm not going to sit here, crying about it. Like it's a loss. It's what it is. I'm not happy with it, but you know what? On stream, game system, I'm right again. All the rest of the week. That's how it should work. Let's pull on Bevo. Don't pull
Please
on
don't. I feel as rough as a dog's dinner today.
Yeah, don't. Not now. Always feeling better. Carry on, but not today.
Hey, Staffy Dave, you're a bloke, mate. Like you must know what it's like when you get man flu. Come on.
Yeah,
leave a brother alone today, please.
Yeah. I know what Bevo's going through, mate. He's does a lot. So I get Bevo out. I started now. The chat's piling on now. Right, we're better industry before it gets even worse. But yeah, also
I'm agreeing personal terms. Leave me alone.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I know it is life, but right now I can't be asked for that life. Yeah.
Thanks for coming in the chat as well, DC. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Steve when he's being nice, and House Captain and Staffy Dave and everyone else.
Everyone in the chat. By the way, so I know a lot of people obviously are Martin in the chats and they're always coming here and have a chat with us as well. We do appreciate it. Again, I know we're not asking for insane numbers in there, but we like having this community of people that sort of talk to us.
Yeah, I love this community.
Yeah. And it's growing. It's not growing massively, but I don't need to grow massively. It'll grow by itself, and that's the beauty of the channel.
Even if it doesn't grow, I'm happy with the community that we've got.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Big up everyone, obviously for tuning in. Now, I think we'll do a show before Sunday anyway. Before the game Sunday, we'll have a chat about Brighton. I think it's best to talk about Brighton separately with William because I think by that point, hopefully, we'll have a bit of an idea what's going on with the Donnarumma news. Hopefully, if we get an announcement to talk about that, hopefully, but. Right now, it's still a little bit up in the air with that one, so I'd rather wait a bit before discussing that a bit more.
Expect movement on Donnarumma by Wednesday.
If Wednesday doesn't happen,
I'm just telling you what I hear.
Yeah.
Donnarumma movement by Wednesday.
Don't DM him, please, right? Don't DM him. Just leave him alone, right? He just says what he hears.
Yeah. Please. I'm getting messages and then I'm getting sidetracked because obviously, you know my life, Luke.
Yeah.
I get sidetracked and I can't always answer every DM as much as I'd like to. I really appreciate the support, though. Like, really do.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
I'll say it as well, right? Just for a fact checker. At the end of the day, right? People come in here and be abusive. I'm sorry, it's banned because the way it is, right? If you're going to be abusive, I can't see any reason for you being here. Like, if you're going to be here saying I don't agree with that opinion, it's my opinion, but whatever, that's fine. But if you start chatting, being horrible and personal, there's no chance. There's no chance there for me. You have to get out the door because this channel is not about abuse. It's about having a chat. All of us, but we don't have to agree with everyone. All of us from different backgrounds, different ages, whatever. But that's the beauty of football. All of us are City fans chatting together, and that's the beauty of this community. And I look forward to growing this community more this season. Hopefully, we'll have a better result on Sunday to talk about before the international break again. Probably England back in 2 weeks' time. Fuck's sake. Fucking England.
Don't even go there.
Yay!
Do you know what, right? Call me controversial, but I prefer Southgate ball to Tuchel ball.
Yeah. No, West Ham, I agree with you. It's fucking...
Like...
it can't get worse than this. Oh, it can. Oh, it can.
Like, the thing is, what Gareth Southgate did with that England team, I don't think that gets spoken enough about.
A lot extra to pay for that.
Yeah, if you're going to abuse us, at least send in a super chat. Do you know what I mean?
Good. Fair enough. But no, I agree. To me, Stones called up from fucking Andorra and Turkey.
House captain came in for a Bevo rant. I'm really sorry to disappoint you, mate.
Yeah, he's not
if we lose to Brighton, you'll probably get one then.
I'll be doing bloody Lee Judges, mate, outside the stadium. Here's a Brighton. Another thing. Oh, honestly, I would get some clips of them in this chat, but I don't want to. Apparently, AFTV are really weird and that kind of stuff, which is annoying.
Yeah, I'll just mimic it instead.
Yeah, that's better enough. Better enough. I'm done talking now. I think. Right, big up all you guys for tuning in. Obviously, I'll try and I might have another show this week, depending on if Alf's around or whatever. I'll message him, see whether he wants to do a show or not this week. I'll see what's going on with it, if it's series 3 or whatever. But big up to you all for tuning in. Must appreciate it. Leave a like on your way out as you leave the stream. Subscribe if you're not already. And we'll see you guys again for the preview of Brighton before the end of Sunday. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your week.